Okay, so I had about 1.5 hours of footage recorded for this video, but when I then sat down to edit it, I noticed something terrible. I had messed up audio balancing quite a bit. You cannot hear my voice over the sounds of the game. So instead I am post-commentary recording my voice to still give you guys something to listen to other than just my gameplay. And we're going to see how this goes. The goal for this video is to get through Royal Waterways and get Crystal Dash finally. But first there's something else which we need to do. We're just going to get through the Xenox Dreamer fight. It's not a hard fight, and honestly, most of it could be cut out. It's just double hit with spells and dash to avoid getting hit. Second phase already, and nothing much of anything has been really happening. But it's a good one to go through. Like, it's not a difficult boss, but he is a completion percentage, right? Might as well. And that's 100 essence. So here we now go to buy the elegant key, which I could not use last episode because I couldn't buy it last episode, and instead I obtained 2 simple keys. Which at the very least means that I now have an extra simple key to spend, but means that I only now get to fight Soul Warrior and claim Shade Soul. Now Soul Warrior, much like Xerox, is not the hardest fight. Biggest thing you have to just know about him is you can double hit with spells, and honestly once you know that, the fight pretty much just solves itself if you don't get hit by stupid stuff. And with that we're pretty much already on our way to obtaining Shade Soul. The upgraded version of the regular fireball, I forget the name. And yeah, just a nice upgrade to have. What can I say? Spells are basically your primary form of damage in this game. Okay, back to Crystal Peaks. We are now finally going to be getting Crystal Dash. But first there's just like a grub which needs some real quick rescuing along the way. That was not purposefully timed, but it is fun that it turned out like that. And this gets us through one of the rooms we have not yet explored. But it's not a room which leads to Crystal Dash. Because of course it's not. Crystal Dash, we need to go way more to the right. Which hopefully we can do. Here's just another attempt of me trying to get to the crystallized mount without Crystal Dash. Somehow failing even worse than before in a little bit. And a lot more dangerous enemies. Enemy almost dying to no fight apparently. But this does show like the power of Shade Soul over regular fireball. Like just being able to hit the things is nice. And that's our first vessel fragment complete. Vessel complete? Extra vessel. I'm just going to keep it at extra vessel, I'll be honest. And here we have a nice door with a simple lock, and we use the simple key because I'm sure that there's nothing else we'd rather use a simple key on. And I'm sure that it's going to be worth it. Right? Here, see, we get like a whole Wondrous Journal out of it. And now we wait a really long time for the elevator to finally come down. Like, this elevator takes a while. No, I'm not speeding it up. And this is where you go to watch your knights if you have double jump. But you can do it without double jump. And because I'm a very smart person who values this challenge, I decided to give the skip one try, and if I'd make it, I'd go do watch your knights right now. Unfortunately, I do make the skip, which means that watch your knights now also for some reason a part of this video. If I make it there, these guys deal 2 masks of damage and are in fact very tanky. Meaning they are scary. And just find a timely bench. Now we find Watcher Knights. Now, I am not insane enough to attempt this without hitting the chandelier, so we're going to do that first. And I would want to Watcher Knights. Like, Watcher Knights I feel is a fight which causes trouble for a lot of people, but it's not necessarily hard when you figure out just how, again, susceptible these guys are to spells. Trust me, that's going to hold true for something else in this video as well. See, lack patience really just caused me to lose too many hearts here. But we are also at the point where there's only one left, so it's not really all too scary a fight anymore, and that was it already. It's a case of being patient and not getting hit, like so many other fights are a case of being patient and not getting hit. See, there was nothing of hubris in that, and it was a perfectly good idea. We get a beautiful view of the City of Tears for it. And even better, we get to claim our first Dreamer Lurian. Thus we approach the Dreamer. We kill him and we claim their... that's unfortunate. Okay, we're going to solve this as follows. You guys are going to close your eyes. Is it? Close your eyes. The screen is black. I'm not kidding. And when you guys open your eyes again, everything is going to be solved. And it's all going to be going perfectly according to plan. And just like that, we've claimed our first Dreamer. Without any further issues at all. Definitely. Yep. And then we go to the Royal Water. So remember when I spent that key earlier in the episode to get that really long elevator? This is where I actually should have spent the key. But we can get double jump by just going down here and taking the harder way to get that, I suppose. So it's not all bad. It just means we get to skip Royal Waterways for another episode. And save it for the next episode. And thus we arrive in Ancient Basin, where we are not going to almost die to the first enemy we find. See, 2 masks is... Then we find our first bench in the Ancient Basin. But we don't have Crystal Dash. But double jump is here. And at this point I was still very much under the impression that I needed double jump to get to Crystal Dash. So the only possible solution would be to pogo over the spikes. Yeah, this is not a curse way of navigating this. It's a long pogo over the spikes. That works. Which, if you can't tell, this was definitely the intended solution. And then get here and realize you cannot go any further and do in fact need Crystal Dash to get double jump.
No, so he cannot get to double jump without crystal.
Moving through, we're going to get the Vessel Fragments from the fountain. A scam and a half, one Vessel Fragment is not worth 3000 Geo, but we do have it now. Yay, I guess. And then we get to go up through the funny little section again, which I'm sure is gonna go without a hitch.
Manually climb up here again.
See, it's going swimmingly. Heading back to King Station past the enemy who can insta-kill us. At 2 masks. We take the bench again. Quick little introduction to Kingdom's Edge. Why did I go to Kingdom's Edge? Because I thought this would get me to Crystal Dash.
Just kind of loops back into thanks for the virus journey.
Acid immunity. And then we find that the Crossroads have now become severely infected because of my lack of foresight. And really, I should have seen this coming. The consequences of my actions yet again. Nope. But it's fine because it allows us to get back to Crystal Peak and to this one very funny door. Because in case you guys didn't know, the way to get to the rest of Crystal Peaks is to go up, go right, and then go down again. Not up through here though. Nope. I had severe issues with this. But see, eventually we make it there. And now, after unlocking the door, we can be on our way to Crystal Heart. Yeah, Crystal Heart requires some parkour, that's nothing all too special. And finally, we can drop down. Walk over the precarious bridge, which I'm sure nothing bad is going to happen to. And take Crystal Heart from the robot remains. I never know what exactly it is that gives us Crystal Heart. The important thing is that we have it though. Now we can super dash. I noticed I got it out, but this is where I was trying to get before and couldn't because I didn't have Crystal Dash. And it's also one of the deadliest places I've been to so far in the entire game. But it's going to be worth it because we're going to get Descending Dark, the upgrade for the Solid Dive here. If we make it out alive, that is. Yeah, I'm just going to let this play unedited for a bit. See, it's all good. We made it, probably. And then we free another Snail Shaman.
Alright.
And get our Descending Dark. Which we cannot use. No, we can use. And then we take the long way down to Ancient Basin for the second time. You'd think it'd go better the second time, wouldn't you? And in fairness, it does. To some degree. Now there was something we couldn't do earlier here. We don't have Crystal Dash yet. But now we do in fact have Crystal Dash. So what we can now finally go and do is unlock double jump for ourselves. And find our way through the area with all the enemies, which are really just an RNG check whether or not you get hit, to a simple keep. Which means we can actually go to Royal Waterways next episode if I do not spend this somewhere stupid. Like, this is just a part of the game where they bet you take some damage, but it's supposed to be, oh, you can also heal down real easy.
Ow.
And then we can fight Broken Vessel.
Hi.
As we desperately try to prevent it from coming alive by infection group. We fail, and the fight starts. But Broken Vessel's another a boss who just really doesn't enjoy you fighting it with anything resembling spells. So the fight is over quickly enough. Now I am slightly somewhat impatient to make the fight a bit harder, but in general there we have it. And with that we also have double jump, finally. Monarch Wings is the third to last movement ability we're going to get. And with that I make my way to the hidden station, unlock it, and the episode's going to end. I'll do audio balancing properly next time, so that I don't have to do this again. Unless this is somehow a better video format, but I doubt it. I just could not cut out this 1.5 hours of footage, given that Watcher Knights was in it, and the Broken Vessel, and Crystal Dash. Which makes the important thing that next time we're going to go to the Royal Waterways, finally. I mean, I've been saying that for 2 episodes now. And what we're also going to be doing is probably going to go into Deep Nest, which is going to be even more fun than anything else I've got to do. So with that, I'll see y'all next time.
Suppose next episode will